Hey everyone, Casey here, your 2024 Dublin Rose, and you are all very welcome to our very first instalment of Dublin Rose Diaries. Today I am so excited to be joined by our fabulous Rose of Tralee for 2024, Miss Keely O'Grady, who also happens to be one of my besties, so you are in for a real treat. We had so much fun filming this episode, and I hope it's as much fun to watch as it was to make.
Hi.
How are you, Miss Keely?
I'm good, I'm fabulous.
Good, amazing. Do you want to introduce yourself to the people?
Yes. Hello, my name is Keely O'Grady and I am the 2024 International Rose of Tralee.
Yes, you surely are.
I am.
Thank you so much for joining us on our very first episode of Dublin Rose Diaries. Are you very excited?
I am honoured, I would say. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm honoured to have you here.
Oh, thank you.
It's not every day you get to interview your best friend. It's so much
I know,
fun.
it is fun. It will be good, yeah.
It will be. So, let's have a little chat about your selection process, because obviously you were an international rose,
Yes.
New Zealand rose,
Yeah.
and your selection process was wildly different to mine in
Yeah.
Dublin, I fear. So, and I think maybe a lot of people don't realise how different they really are. So
Yeah, I feel like in Ireland, now that I've been to a selection, I went to the Longford selection, which was really interesting to see. I can really see the difference between my journey versus the journey of maybe an Irish rose. But I started my journey in my local Irish society. So in New Zealand, we have a lot of Irish societies or Irish clubs around the country. So I was living in Christchurch and got convinced to enter the Rose of Tralee. Awesome. So I started off at my Christchurch Irish Society, and there was two other girls who were going for it, and it was very chilled, very relaxed. We went on stage, did a little interview, I did a little dancey dance, and we actually ended up, all three of us, being sent to the New Zealand Rose selection. So that was good. Everyone won, yeah.
Everyone's a winner.
Yeah, tough comp. And then we got to the New Zealand selection, which was fabulous. The last year's New Zealand Rose, Kelsey Wallace, she had a really big part in the planning of that sort of experience, and wanted to make it as similar to Tralee as possible. So we did a mini tour actually in Invercargill of New Zealand, which if you know New Zealand, you know Invercargill is an interesting place to do it. But hey, we did it there and it was actually amazing. I had a great time. We did Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So we spent Thursday, Friday and Saturday day going around Invercargill and going to different shops and taking photos. So it was very similar to the Tralee tour experience, but on like a minuscule scale, like 2%, I would say. And then that night we got up on stage, we did our interviews. We didn't know what questions we were going to be asked.
Okay.
So we didn't do the whole thing beforehand where you get to know the MC and you kind of know what you're going to talk about.
Okay,
so they have your application and they could ask you anything.
That's kind of crazy.
So yeah, my world was absolutely rocked with nerves coming up to that, not knowing what I was going to be asked.
Is it true you were supposed to go first?
Yeah, so I was meant to go first. This was actually for the day before at the cocktail event. So we did two interviews actually, yeah. One was more chill and then the final one was, a little bit more intense. But for the first night, I was meant to go first and I had a little bit of a mental breakdown because I was so nervous. So they moved me to the middle.
And look at you now.
And look at me now. So embarrassing. Oh, bless the people that ran that whole New Zealand selection. They were amazing. I feel like a lot of the girls, I would say all of the girls, we don't really know much about the Rose of Tralee in New Zealand.
Yeah,
I'd never watched it before. None of those girls had watched it before or been a part of it or been to the festival before. So it's very nerve-wracking. Like, you don't know what to expect.
It's very uncharted.
Yes,
territory.
exactly.
Yeah,
and so, yeah, I was not going first.
Okay,
not
perfect.
that day.
Stunning. So yeah, definitely a really different experience to like what an Irish selection looks like. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
We did a lot of that too, though. We did like some days out together and stuff, but it was definitely spread over a longer period of time rather than just being like in the
it's harder when it's a whole country because like there was one girl in the New Zealand selection who was a 2-hour flight away from me, so we couldn't join up or socialise before the event.
Yeah, Dublin is not quite as big as New Zealand, I fear. So you were saying there about like your selection class, the Rose of Tralee wouldn't have really been familiar to a lot of you. How would you now describe the festival to somebody who knows nothing about it?
I get this question a lot, and it's something that sort of evolves that has sort of evolved throughout the year as I, make my way through the year as the Rose of Tralee and learn more about the festival and grow as a person. I think that the best way I can sort of describe it to someone would be that it's a festival that is about Irish culture, it's about connection with your Irishness, it's about celebrating women, it's about celebrating strong, independent leaders, and it's about making a difference, I think, and showing that women, and especially Irish women, can go out there and be proud of themselves, do amazing things, and make a difference. We've started doing these sort of fundraising and charity trips, which have been an amazing part of the Rose of Tralee. It's good to do things where I'm getting out of my comfort zone and feeling like I'm making a difference and having a positive impact on people's lives. And sort of spreading, I guess, the ethos of what the festival is all about.
Yeah. Such a nice answer. So, I've seen you be asked a particular question so many times, and I've heard your answer, and it's always the same. So I'm going to ask you a slightly different spin on the same question. So the question I hear you get asked all the time, and it does actually make me laugh because I know the answer, is how has the Rose of Tralee changed your life? And I know
and what's my answer?
It's easier to say, how has it not changed my life?
That's so accurate, but it's true.
It is.
It's true.
You've really uprooted yourself. So what I'm going to ask instead is, what has the Rose of Tralee experience brought to your life?
Oh, that's so nice. Okay.
If you don't say me, I'm going to cry.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's start off with 31 new best friends. Like, it is insane how close we've become and all the other girls have become in the space of, what has it been? Almost 6 months. Yeah. Like, we are like this. I feel like I've known you guys for way too long. So, it's brought me these beautiful connections and all these beautiful women into my life. And before I knew all of you guys, female connections was something that I sort of valued most in my life. Like, I love my friends, I love my mum, my grannies, my aunties, like, those are the most special people to me in my life. I think that just like the bond between females is something so beautiful and so amazing. So having 31 new gals, new best friends in my life has just been incredible. I would say that the Rose of Tralee has brought a new sense of kind of confidence and self-worth to me that maybe I didn't have before. I think that everyone can relate to sometimes having a bit of imposter syndrome kind of with anything and everything in life. And I would say that I probably have had imposter syndrome with everything throughout my life. Like, whether it be, I don't know, dancing or during my studies, like, it's always hard to kind of feel at peace with yourself and feel like you belong somewhere. And so I think that the Rose of Tralee and experiencing it with all of you guys, at first it was something that I was really, scared and nervous about, but you guys have always made me feel so confident in myself, and everyone I meet is always, so lovely and so uplifting and warm that I really have found a new sense of confidence and self-worth, which I didn't have before, which is really amazing because, I've done a lot of cool things that I should be proud of, and now that I've done the Rose of Tralee, I feel like I can be proud of those things, which is really cool.
Well, we're all so proud of you all the time. That was such a nice answer. I love that. Okay, so I've got one more question for this section, and it is, what are you most excited about for visiting the festival again this year?
Oh my gosh. I actually can't wait. It gives me the shivers. I'm so excited to do it again.
It's so exciting.
I think it's going to be such a beautiful thing to kind of stand back and watch, 32 new girls go through the same experience I did, just kind of waiting and knowing what they're about to experience. I think I was saying to you guys, I think I'm gonna feel very maternal, like my little baby's about to embark on their new adventure. Like, I'm only 21, and I'm sure there'll be some 28-year-olds in there, and I'll be like, oh, aren't they cute?
Babies.
Babies. But I think I'm most excited to just get to know those girls, and kind of, I guess, be there as a support system if they need to guide them through the process. I know that Roisin Wiley has been sort of like a rock for me. She's always there for a chat, and I kind of want to offer that same support and guidance to them. I just think that doing all the activities with them again and like everything about the festival is amazing. I'm just so excited to go back.
It is so exciting.
Do it all again.
It'll be so exciting to be on that side of it. I can't wait to go back and experience it from like the attendee side rather than the Rose side. Everyone else seems to be just having, like, we're obviously having such a good time, but like the attendees of the festival,
I think they have more fun than us. I'm convinced.
I say it all the time. I genuinely think, like, I had the time of my life literally, but I think my family just hit me to the post just a little bit. They win a little bit as far as the fun happening.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you come back for part 2, where we will be talking about all of our experiences of Tralee and the festival and all the fun things that we've gotten up to together and the mischief that we've caused and the laughs that we've had, which are plenty fun. No, we're always on our best behaviour, Keely and I.
Always.